Press the bell icon on our YouTube app and never miss another video from SpotboyE.
Body shaming has become one of the most alarming issues in our society right now. Yesterday, Qureshi, who owns a brand called Plum Tree, which caters to women for plus sizes, stumbled upon a video where Sara Ali Khan and famous designer Falguni Peacock was sitting, and the host of the show asked Falguni what would she suggest to brides who are plus size. And surprisingly and shockingly, her answer was quite alarming for us, because she said that brides should reduce a few inches if they want to fit into glamorous outfits, and if not, then she suggests them flared outfits or high necklines. And we're going to talk about this issue with Amber today. Amber, welcome to the show.
Hi Aditi, thank you for having me, and thank you SpotboyE for actually talking about issues which are closely related to so many people. There's so many women like me who actually already have insecurities about how we look. And then we have somebody like a Falguni Peacock, who so many of us idolize, including me. Like, I love her creations and I love her designs. She's been my idol for so many years now. And when I suddenly see her talking about, telling women to lose weight, and like very blatantly and very casually putting across, like, I think you should lose a few inches and come back, it's not that difficult, and then wear my dresses, it is actually quite demeaning.
Right.
And demeaning not just for big size women, but generally who don't fit into your base size, which is a 6 in the fashion industry, are not even considered attractive or good enough to wear such dresses. So which saddens me. Here we are working, struggling every day to fight this issue, to combat these battles in a way, because every day we face such insecurities. It is actually thrown in our face that we are not good enough, and then you have somebody like a Falguni coming out and talking about it so casually.
But not just Falguni, see, she said it out loud, but there are a lot of designers who are working who actually have this notion that one of my friend, in fact, she had her sister's wedding and she went to this bridal outfit designer, I don't want to take the name, and the person actually told her that maintain that whatever you are right now, don't gain or don't lose.
If you want to
fit
into
if
that,
you want to fit in on the D-Day.
So
she was under so much of stress, like 200 grams she used to weigh every day, and I was like, are you going insane about it? So this actually creates a lot of stress on girls nowadays.
It does, and it's not only nowadays. This happened to me even years ago, and to my friends years ago. Now I've been married for 10 years, and even at that time in age when I started hunting for a wedding lehenga, it's not about I didn't want to pay up the price, but the problem was at that time that no designer wanted to cater to my size. And if there was a designer who agreed, I would have to go through the same ordeal where they would ask me to first lose weight and come back, and then you fit into our set sizes. And it was very disappointing. And then I think I had to make a new dress completely from a designer who's not that known, but it turned out to be really beautiful. So the whole idea is that the stress that one goes through, I went through the same thing myself, and there are a lot of women like me who go through it. You have your wedding preparations, right? You have that anxiety going on.
Right.
You have so much other work
You're already stressed about 100 other things.
If you're working, you also have to take care of your work, and then a lot of things that you have to prepare for the wedding, and then you have to look a certain way. And then adding on to the stress about losing weight, it's not that easy. In fact, in the stress, you tend to put on more weight.
True.
And when designers put the stress on you, they're basically telling you that you're not good enough, and you must lose weight if you want to wear my dress. So that itself is not making the bride feel good. They're any which way going through the insecurity of looking perfect on the D-Day, and then when you tell them this to lose weight, it's basically just demoralizing it.
Yes. But if we have to play a devil's advocate here, and it's not wrong to tell someone to lose weight. I'm sure if she's telling the bride reduce a few inches, probably she meant it in that way. So do you think Falguni was meaning in that aspect and not really demotivating?
Aditi, I might disagree with you over there. For somebody, if you tell somebody to put on weight or to lose weight, in both aspects, I think it is wrong for anyone to pass that judgment on or to give that advice to anybody, because it is their body.
Right.
They know their own struggles. Okay, maybe they're happy and healthy living that kind of a lifestyle. So I don't think we have the right to advise them, no, you're not perfect and you need to lose weight or put on weight, right? So Falguni, to begin with, telling the curvy girls and the fat girls and the plus size girls that, you know, first you lose a few inches, it's not that difficult, and then come back, it is absolutely wrong, because she's been a big size girl herself her entire life, and I'm sure she's struggled to lose that weight.
Right.
And you know, it's not that easy. Okay, and then again, if you're saying that, okay, if let's say if a bride doesn't have that kind of time.
True. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say if she doesn't have that kind of
or
time.
she doesn't have that sort of money at her disposal to, you know, enroll in 200 other dietitians or nutritionists.
There are a lot of artificial ways to reduce the fat and reduce the weight. But yeah, let's say, but the person doesn't just want to do it. Then what do you advise? Do you advise them to, you know, okay, then choose wearing flared lehengas, which she actually said, and wearing high necks? I mean, that should be my choice. If I'm comfortable wearing a low neck, a low neck, a backless, it should be my choice. It's my day, and I will not authorize any other person to tell me what not to do on my special occasion. You know, of course, you're the designer, you give advice, but then, you know, keeping in mind what your client wants. So that's important. Making them feel good is what a designer's job should be, and not demeaning them and belittling them for their body shape. That's completely wrong. Also,
another thing while watching the video I noticed was that Sara Ali Khan, who walked the ramp for her, she was the showstopper for her, was sitting right beside her. And Sara has been on the other side of the fence. She was obese and then she reduced weight. She didn't say anything, which was kind of awkward for me to see, that she had her head down and she did not speak. So do you think celebrities at such moments should come out and speak their mind? Even though she was walking for the designer, but she could have, you know,
she could have had a say. I think I agree with you, Aditi. In fact, when I saw the video, I was a little surprised that Sara. But if you notice, in Sara's defense, there was this expression of
she was a little uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yeah, she was a little uncomfortable.
There was this non-agreement expression on her face, and she was like, "What is Falguni speaking?" But then again, when I think of her in that, if I would be in Sara's place, you know, I'm wearing Falguni's dress, and I'm at her event, and I'm at her interview, and I think Sara at that time probably thought it's best to let her speak and deal with it at a little later stage. But I wish she and Ambika, who's the host of the show, you know, I mean, maybe should have you know, basically highlighted this to Falguni at that time, that, you know, do you want to rephrase
this? Sorry.
Are you really thinking right? Do you really want to say this to the plus size brides? So that should have happened. Maybe they should have taken a break, or, you know, I don't know. But something should have happened. But I think Sara was just trying to play it safe also. So this is also a problem with so many celebrities and so many fashion influencers. They're just so scared to talk about you know, well-known fashion designers. If they're, you know, if they are body shaming, and if they are basically belittling a lot of other, demeaning a lot of other shaped women and men, they're afraid to speak about it because they don't want to lose their good connections with these designers. So I think, yeah, that happens. So I would actually like a lot of influencers, a lot of celebrities to come out and speak about it. Let's say tomorrow, I mean, I love and adore Vidya Balan, who has very openly come out and spoken about, you know, being confident in your skin and, you know, being comfortable in your body shape. Let's say if a Vidya goes to a Falguni tomorrow, and if she asks her to create,
she wouldn't tell Vidya that.
Tell me what Falguni.
She wouldn't say.
Exactly. So why is it different, you know, for somebody who's known and to somebody who's a commoner like me? You know, if I want to wear a Falguni occasion, I should be able to. If I can afford it, I can pay for it. Then you better make that dress for me, and keep your toxic, this is like, you know, toxic attitude and thoughts about plus size women to yourself. I think that's what it should be. The groundwork, I think, is just about treating everybody equal.
Yeah. Let's talk about your brand, the Plum Tree. Now you cater to a clientele specific for plus women, right?
Yes.
So what is the mindset these girls who come to you? You know, what is it? Is it very difficult to cater to them, or first you need to sit them down and, you know, then explain them? Okay, it's, you know, come out of your insecurities and wear this dress. It will look good on you. Does this happen?
Yes. So when I decided to start with a plus size fashion brand, my brand is called the Plum Tree Fashion.
Right.
Started a year ago. When I decided to start it, I thought it would be easy because there's a definite dearth of good fashionable clothes for big size women like me, because we're usually made to choose between a shalwar kameez or, you know, flowy dresses or sack-like, tent-like outfits. So I thought this will be a nice refreshing change, which actually a lot of people were excited. But then we realized when we had customers calling us and speaking with us, that they were very afraid and scared
to try out.
Like even a sleeveless
Right.
or a short dress, or a backless, not because that they didn't have the confidence to wear them, but because what would the society say?
What do the
what
people,
would their husband or their brother or even their mother, even the ladies of the family, what would they say? And so the whole issue for us was not, it's not like they were not happy with the outfits, but we had to boost
the confidence. Exactly what I was saying.
And,
So you tell your clients when they come
Yes,
that it's
yes.
okay to wear.
Yes. So
these
it's
dresses.
basically, so my brand is not only about providing good clothes for the big size, but also building and boosting the
confidence.
self-esteem and making them believe that it's okay to be who you are, and you are unique and you're gorgeous in your own way. And here what we're doing is just giving you options. Just be yourself. If you want to wear a salwar kameez, that's completely your choice. A sari, your choice. You want to wear a short mini dress, it is your choice, and you're allowed.
You're allowed.
You're allowed, and that should actually, basically, it's all about normalizing, this whole thing about being thin and being big. It's basically just normalizing it all. Okay, it is just an adjective. You're thin and I'm on the heavier side. It should just be an adjective, but it shouldn't really define that person's abilities.
Okay.
So that's what it's all about, and through Plum Tree, that's what we're trying to do.
So are there any specific points you keep in your mind while designing for this clientele, like it's for an XS and S, anything and everything probably fits on the body? So are these, as a designer, do you keep some specifications in mind while you're designing for all plus sizes?
The only specification I keep in mind is, Aditi, is to not follow any rules.
Okay.
I really don't. My brand defies all the rules. Wearing blacks, wearing horizontal stripes, not wearing color, we defy all of it. I'm in color. I love stripes. I love white. Like, white is a taboo in plus size. Like, if you wear white, it makes you look, it basically, that's notion, because that is what has been provided by generations, by fashion magazines and by media, saying that if you wear white, you look fatter. If you wear black, you look thinner.
Which is exactly my
so
next question.
So black is beautiful.
Is it a myth that black makes you look slimmer?
It's a silhouette it creates, so it definitely gives you a kind of a slimmer, leaner kind of a frame. But that doesn't necessarily make you thin. You know what I mean? This is your size and this is what you will be. So why be afraid of trying other color options if you want to? Why, why basically, wear only black because you're told to wear black? If you want to wear black because you like to wear black, because you look like that dress in black, then it's absolutely fine. But if the same dress is available in other colors and white, and if you like it in different colors and in white, do go ahead and wear it. There are no rules. Absolutely no rules. Just go ahead and live it up and just be yourself and be happy.
So when and why did you conceive the idea of starting this brand?
Oh wow, so many years ago. This is actually when I was actually a teenager, and when I was a little baby and everything, everybody used to pull my cheeks and everything. You're so cute, and you're so lovely, and everybody would just like to cuddle me and give me sweets and give me more food to eat and etc. But as I started growing, of course, and when I entered my teenage years, and I realized that the whole attitude towards me
changes,
from your friends. There are a few friends who were really supportive, but there are some who basically start looking at you differently. And then also what happens is, when at that age you start going out, socializing, going out for movies or birthday parties, etc. I'd see my friends wearing these really beautiful dresses and jeans and tops, and I didn't have access to it in those days. So my grandmother very sweetly would stitch frocks at home for me, or make me wear salwar kameezes which she would stitch, and though they were pretty, but it's something I didn't feel comfortable in them, as because they weren't my choice.
Okay.
Right? And I didn't really have the liberty of going out, of choosing, because we didn't have options in those days. And so that made me feel a bit more and more recluse, and I started feeling there's something wrong with me. And this is what, when I say this, a lot of women like me in that age who've been on the heavier side have gone through this phase.
Right.
And then what happens is, you start basically believing that you're never going to be up there. You're never going to be cool, and you're never going to be like attractive, and even if you have friends, good looking friends, you will always be like a sidekick. If your boy has a crush on you, you're like, no, it's not for me, maybe it's for
the
that
friend
girl. Yeah, and that usually happens. So that started happening, and then actually basically years and years of being
Building up.
conditioned. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of this vent of frustration in me of not being able to be myself. You know, I started getting more and more closed, stopped socializing, and then when I was dating my husband, you know, I wanted to go out and have a nice birthday dinner with him, and I thought I'll dress to kill and everything. And when I thought of like going out and buying a nice dress, and he accompanied me very sweetly, we traveled all over Bombay. I didn't get any good dress for my size. And then at the end, I wore a jeans. In the there used to be jeggings with tunics,
with
the
tunics,
long kurtis with veggie platforms. And then I cried my heart out that day, and that's when I decided I have to change this because nobody else is going to do it for you. And that's when the idea of bringing my own fashion line came about. That's where the seed was actually put in. And then I started working and started saving up money. My sister Andaleep is also a partner in it now. She believes in the cause. My husband is a great supporter now. So last 2 years ago, 2.5 years, quit my work to start this brand, and last year we launched it.
That's great, absolutely great. So before we end this conversation, any message you want to give out to Falguni from your side for whatever happened? And also to the girls who are facing insecurities like you said while growing up, any message you want to give them and basically boost their confidence from this platform?
Absolutely, I'd love to. I want to tell this to Falguni. Falguni, I adore your creations. I'm a big fan of your designs, your couture collections, and I've been following you since a very long time. And it just came as a shocker to me when I saw that video that a lady who I idolize and who've actually take a lot of inspiration from thinks so lowly about women my size, and that is upsetting, and that makes me feel that am I really worthy enough? And I think Falguni, what we should try to do is, as a designer, like I have my brand, you're a designer, what we should try to do is make people look beautiful and make them feel beautiful. That's more important. So accepting them for who they are and making clothes for their body shape, their body size. I think let's work on that front, and let's not put women down for how they look. That's about it. Let's create a healthy environment. Let's normalize all sizes. Let's not generalize that being plus doesn't mean that you can look good or wear good clothes. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Amber, for being on SpotboyE. It was lovely talking to you.